Hello there, John Lucky of the Chelsea Fancast, my 2-minute fan bite of the Premier League game at the Bridge versus Burnley. Now, what about that? Bollocks. I'm running out of words to describe the feeling of hopelessness that envelops me watching this bunch of billion-pound misfits repeat the same errors, the same terrible shooting, the same terrible defending, the same dreadful mentality, game after game, week after week. I mean, let's emphasise the ignominy of this shit show of a result. A draw against a team in the bottom three who've had a player sent off. We play against 10 men for 55 minutes, and they almost win it. They hit the bar from a break we should have dealt with but didn't, and we failed to break down them defending with 9 behind the ball, as usual, in fact. Everything is as usual. It's the same old, fucking same old. It's deja vu. Jekyll and Hyde, chalk and cheese. Me being a broken record, repeating myself, watching Mr. and Mrs. Fart go farting about in Fartland. What do they do in training? That means all our shots are either tamely hit at the goalkeeper in the centre of the goal or blaze miles over the bar. Connor, I'm looking at you. Billy was Mudrick, I'm looking at you. Enzo, I'm looking at you. Or we miss when it's easier to score. Gillette Sterling, I'm looking at you. And yet, there's suddenly sweet one-touch football moves that deserve goals but are thwarted by fine saves, runs and shots by the enigmatic, terrible but suddenly good air shot Jackson, or the fastest man in the known universe, Mudrick, who beats players at will, then kicks it to no one, reverting in an instant from a player on fire to a player whose brain is a brick. And in the midst of this is Palmer, a player of brilliance, who would grace any Chelsea team of the last 20 years. A cheeky dink of a penalty after Mudrick seemed to have fallen over rather than be fouled. A superb pass into the corner of net after a sublime Gillette back heel. Where in the division would we be if Palmer weren't playing, or like so many others, not fit? The bar is so low with this lot. This is an awful team. 2 dreadful goals to give away. No one closing anyone down for the first. And the feeble baddie of Shield, I wish Todd's Lamborghini had broken down. Away with the fairies for the second, which Petrovic should have saved. And nowhere near Rodriguez's header that hit the bar. Is it the fault of the club with its scattergun purchases, or the manager for failing to make them into a proper team? I despair. I don't know. You have to ask yourself, will these players ever be good enough? Will this team ever be good enough? In the meantime, we look through our fingers at this bunch of underachieving mollusks. I'll be back on the Fancast on Tuesday at 7:30 with Chid and guests to discuss this game, preview the Thursday game versus United. Make sure you watch us on Facebook and YouTube or download it from Acast, all good podcast providers. Come on, Ukraine, and adieu.